They about to burn the house on fire. Can you just please hurry?
Well, it was one of the most horrifying crimes in recent New Orleans history. 3 young children killed in a house fire allegedly set by their father. And now, more than a year later, the tragedy on America Street is reigniting some serious questions about the city's response to domestic violence and the urgent need for more support and resources.
WDSU's Cassie Sherm investigates how the New Orleans Police Department's Special Victims Division is shifting focus to address a crisis that's growing.
New Orleans 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Hi, 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's going crazy. His name is Joseph. Can you please hurry? I'm at work.
It's a 911 call you can't unhear.
They about to burn the house on fire. Can you just please hurry?
I'm rushing over there now. I just want to know, is the police over there? Did anything happen?
The police haven't made it there yet, and we're going to have a unit dispatched there as soon as possible.
I hope they really don't.
A mother begging to help save her 3 babies after their father set their home ablaze with the 3 kids trapped inside, leaving them to die.
Can you just please hurry?
WDSU Investigates uncovered it wasn't the first time the father, Joseph Washington, had threatened his family.
We have a past history of domestic violence.
This call was made on October 9th, 9 days before.
And he's telling me not to come back to the house. If I come back to the house, he's going to kill me.
Washington was convicted of domestic abuse and battery in 2016 and 2018. And in a restraining order against Washington, the mother wrote, Joseph said, quote, "Who should I kill first, you or the kids?"
How is this real? Going after children.
Leaving their grandmother, Gaynell Donsero, shattered by the loss of her 3 babies, who were full of life.
I don't ask why, because there's no answer for me. And putting my heart and my hands to this situation, I can't, there won't be a place.
More than 560 days later, this tragedy haunts her.
I was looking forward to seeing him. I ain't gonna turn out.
Saying more should be done addressing domestic violence cases in New Orleans.
We need help. That should be headlines every day. That was my family.
Last year alone, 911 received more than 12,000 domestic violence related calls. Here's a breakdown of the calls in those districts. The one with the most? District 7, which covers New Orleans East, with calls doubling the other districts.
I think the greatest shock is that it happens every day. It happens a lot. I don't think the community realizes how much we handle.
Sergeant Tyra Pruitt, the supervisor for NOPD's Special Victims Unit Division, says these crimes are not for the faint of heart.
The imagery of it, you don't get out of your head. As an investigator, I remember them cases that penetrate my heart, you know, the deepest.
One of those cases, the America Street fire.
It was heartbreaking, and absolutely it had to change.
The change she's talking about is focusing on what happens in a shocking number of calls where the victims are no longer there when police arrive. They're then listed as gone on arrival. Just last year, there were more than 2,600 gone on arrival domestic cases. That's nearly 1 in 5 domestic abuse calls. Response time for those calls on average 25 minutes, and aggravated battery calls 12 minutes. In those cases, they document it, but they can only do so much with little information and no contact.
The call's marked up and it's over. You know, we had to change that. We had to.
And it's hard to get that information because even as calls have increased, staffing has not. From 8 detectives in 2001, the unit dipped down to 4 in 2020. But now the department is building its team with 2 detectives supported by 5 civilian investigators, adding a new unit for the group for gone on arrivals, including Detective Edward Reynolds, who recently joined the team.
And say that the most shocking thing that I've seen was the low amount of manpower that the Special Victims Division was going through. Not knowing that going into it, I'm thinking I'm coming into an office that's fully staffed, fully manned, and realizing that you're the relief.
So now the team is making more contact and working to close even more cases.
Just being able to make a difference in people's lives. These victims gone through some of the most traumatic experiences that they'll ever go through. To be that person that kind of is their advocate, I'm happy to be that.
Saying these kind of follow-ups could be critical.
I do see a major difference. What's happening now is you creating a history What lacked in those kind of cases is history, with documenting these incidents, with receiving information about the suspect on these cases, you know, and being able to look up in their information, but you're also looking up their information in for their criminal history, and you're documenting this history. This is all going into our GOA report.
Sending a message of hope for victims.
I'm a testament to what NOPD is trying to do to help them. We're here for you, and we're gonna do whatever we can to help you through this hardship and to get justice.
And for a grieving grandmother, hope that this work will save lives.
I'm going to see them again. I will see them again, and I know it. Like my daughter said, right now they're keeping my mama company.
Reporting for WDSU, I'm Cassie Sherm, WDSU Investigates.